Hello, welcome to yet another live modeling session with Thangys. Today we are having Jimmy here and we're gonna be creating exactly this. Yes, beautiful code with a sort of shirt or just, a t-shirt inside. And let's just proceed. In the last video, we had created a tuxedo. So now I'm just gonna do a quick cleanup of our scene. That's something that you also need to do quite often. So it's going to be a trait called tuxedo and we're going to move it all in and let's just turn it off. So now we have just a raw body here. I'm going to go straight with Shift A and we're going to add a plane. And I also realized that it's good to sometimes have things kind of, thought through. So let me see. So we are in the front view, having it in the object mode. Let's just place it. There's this yellow dot here that shows us the middle. And so we're just going to place it somewhere around the neck. And okay, let's go with the tab to the edit mode, as scale. X-axis and just scale it down maybe to around, okay, let's say SX this size, and let's go to the front view or the side view, actually number 3 on your keyboard. Again S Y, and again scale it down. Okay, so the idea today was to simplify the whole process because last time it was really kind of failing and it was really scary. So at least to me. Okay, so let's Control R, make a loop here in the middle like that, escape. And now gonna select those two vertices, delete it. We're gonna add the mirror modifier and just click on this Y-axis and toggle off the X one. Now everything we do here is reflected on the other side, and that's exactly what we wanted. Again, let's now build it more sort of in the space. Today, GX, those vertices, and let's just drag this. Okay, let's say to this size. I decided today to sort of try a different approach, because yesterday was horrible. So for the first thing that we are modeling here is the color of that code, because it's very significant and important. Otherwise the rest of the code, meaning just the body part, is just probably going to be copying the body that we already have here. So I think that we're gonna do a lot of extrusion today, so let's just try how it's gonna work, and let's just make that color so it goes around the neck and then goes down like that. Okay, so we're gonna be using the letter E on your keyboard very often today, at least at this point. So I just extruded those vertices, and let's go with the Y-axis. So it's gonna be like this, and the point here is to now try to rotate this around the neck. So I'm just gonna press rotate Z and just rotate this in this way in the Z-axis, then extrude it again. This time let's go with, let's say, even the X-axis is I guess fine. G, Y, and let's just move it this way. Okay, so you get the idea. It doesn't have to be like super rounded right now. We just need to really get the shape out and to later on play with. So again, EX, and again just drag it like that, but this is probably already way too much, so let's just G it down, Y. And we want to make really a nice sort of white color. That's exactly what we wanted. Again, at this point here, I can select those two and go with rotation in the X, in the Y, in the Z axis, and we can also do the same in here. So let's go rotate Z, and okay. So I think that this maybe would be easier for you to see what's actually happening exactly. But it's very important that you lock those modifications, meaning the rotation or the scaling. And of course I forgot to play the pop sounds today, okay, just to get the vibes in. Okay, and at this point here you can see that we might already be sort of, and should be probably going down with the colors. So I guess we're gonna just move those X a little bit back, and now let's proceed with the side view. But again, I think I will just simplify it and just show you right in the free sort of viewport here. So right when we extrude this, let's go with X again, this one G, Z, and let's just place it down like this. right? So now you can see exactly what's happening here. And now we should sort of aim to make that color sort of going into the V shape. So let's first just move it G, Y, like that. Again, we can just extrude it down. And let's place it, okay, let's again, Y, Z axis, G, Y, and let's move it inwards. And again, here we can see that it's kind of touching the body, so we want it to be like this, going down. And I guess we can proceed with the side here. It's pretty clear already, so let's just extrude it out. Maybe, okay, I guess that this could be a nice place to end the color. And we're gonna actually create sort of an open code, so it won't be going all the way, or it won't be close. So let's just, okay, so now we can just play with those. Again, I'm just selecting those vertices and you know, just moving it with G. Again, let's extrude those two, and let's keep it like this, for example, right now. At least that's what we aim for. Okay, so the idea is to have that code that is kind of going from the high point around the neck of our person, or Jimmy, I should say. So, okay, the easiest way would be now to rotate this in the x-axis, or its y-axis, and now we can see what we can do now. Let's rotate that, G, Z, and let's just move it up. Okay, maybe even more. Okay, now let's do the same with those two, G, just move it up, and we're gonna rotate it in the y-axis. Right, so now you can see that we are getting that that code that is sort of, okay. Again, gonna play, okay, I think this vertex needs to be sort of moved, so it would help us and make it later on more rounded. And so, okay, again, we are not aiming to create a perfect color right now, but it's just the way to make it work. So again, this is a lot of moving of the vertices. That's usually my approach, and I don't think there's really nothing with that, okay, right? Hopefully. Okay, so you can see that now we are trying to get it so it's gonna be sort of folding down a little bit. And I think that this part of the code is gonna be the most important one, because somehow I believe that that's the way to sort of show that the code is so cool. Okay, don't worry about that, it's a little bit edgy. Now we are just getting we want to get the basic shape, right? So don't worry about that at all. Okay, so here I think that this angle down is just maybe, let's see, okay, let's see, it's fine, I guess. And let's try to make a little modification here, and now the color will G, Y, and let's just move it to the side like that, you know, and we're gonna move this one G, Y, X in. So that's the idea of that. So, okay, and now we should make this G sort of going inwards. Right, so I hope that now you can sort of see that nice color that we are aiming for already, don't you? Okay, like that. Okay, and here you can play actually with it yourself, you know, and like you can just really make it as really cool looking as possible. And I think that this is somehow reasonable. Maybe this vertex here is maybe a little too misplaced, so just G it down like that, G, and then I'm just always looking it in the Z axis. Okay, what about here? Here it's also looking kind of strange to me, at least. So G, X, let's just move it to the back. Okay. What a beautiful code. So you see now that this, I mean, having the mirror modifier is very, very important, right? And okay, so now the magic will come in, obviously with adding, okay, so let's just type out the object mode and shade it smooth. So this is already kind of smoothie. We can also add a subdivision surface, which will make it even sort of more cool. The way to get these, you know, like more sort of edgy would be adding a loop. So let's Control R add a loop here. Now don't left click anything, and just drag it towards yeah, the edge where you want it to be more edgy. So now I'm just dragging it down and just left clicking it up. And so this is the way to do that. So again, I think I would also like to see something like that in here actually. So let's see. I mean, even though it's already looking very cool, I'm gonna move this vertex here and move it forward like that, and then we're gonna add a loop here in the middle and also just drag it down here close to that. Let's move those vertices X and Y and move in a little bit like that. And now we can see that we can play a lot with those vertices sort of, to just make it exactly the way we want it. And let's move those two down so there won't be such, of a, yeah, we want this gradient to be not that crazy. Okay. I think here you can see that we want to make it maybe in this, yeah. Okay. So I think I kind of like this. How about you? Do you like it? So you can see that, yeah, I'm just playing a lot with those vertices here. What's this one here? I didn't see that one. Oh, it's this one. Okay, I see. So I just took off the subdivision surface modifier, and this is what we can do it. Okay, so I think that this could be also more in the back. G, X, and let's just move it here. Okay. Now this one needs to be just a little bit down. Now we are actually almost aiming for the perfect shape. So okay, I think this is it, at least for color of ours. Let's give it a solidify thingy, and again place it as the first, and then let's give it a little less of thickness. So I think it's gonna be 0.5 or even less maybe. And let's see what happens if we... Okay, I guess we want it... Okay, I guess that this solidify thing, it just creates some... It's creating some really funny fragments. That's also what happens and can happen, but let's increase this. Okay, look at that. Okay, why not? This is, I think, cool. We can play with it again later, and now let's proceed with the code itself, or at least, yeah, the code itself. So let me see. Okay, let's try to copy the body. So we make the body. So let's Shift D, and now we're just gonna move it down to the clothes here. Let's start with editing. I'm gonna select everything A and just scale it out, right? So I don't know, maybe we don't need to have it that, yeah, let's say this here. The idea here was to make that code kind of more edgy, the same as with the colors. So I'm gonna add one edge here and move it up. And at this point, let's now select only those two. And what we can also try to, okay, side view, toggle the X-ray view, and we're gonna delete the whole left side of it, and we're gonna add the mirror again. You saw this last time, so very easy. Now let's toggle that off, and let's select those two vertices, and let's just move them G, X, Y. Okay. G, and move it up. Right, so this is gonna be, this is the idea for the code. And let's see if we can move this inwards. Okay, we have the body there, so not really. Okay, so let's just select those two, and let's just scale them in the X-axis. Okay, so this is not looking really that bad. Let's make it a little bit more edgy by adding another loop here, and now we can just move it towards that show it there. Okay, that's quite a lot. I see. Okay. This one doesn't. Okay, let's see. Let me see if we can do something with the barrel here. Okay, I guess that we already exceeded the amount of barrel that is possible. Again, we can, and we probably should play with more with this, but I guess that for the start this is already very perfect. And let's make it pardon me, just gonna have a little drink here. Okay, so I think that we don't really need, or at least, okay, let's select all those vertices there and let's just move them, and let's open our code, right? So G and then y-axis like this. I'm gonna move those two as well, because there was, these ones were, okay, we actually need to move more of those. So I went to the side view, and I think we actually need to move all those, don't we? Yes, you are so right. G, Y, or you know what? Oh, that's no, that's, we actually need to keep the back, so I'm just gonna go back. We actually need the back of this code, don't we? Yes, we do, because these ones will be actually probably, you know, touching the code here like that. Now I realize I'm gonna turn off the subdivision modifier, because otherwise we won't be able to really play with it. And now let's GY it out. And okay, we'll just add another loop here. That's definitely necessary. And GY, and now let's just gonna move those I think I pressed something there. Okay, so GY, and now you can see that we are doing some sort of blind work there. GY, and now we just gonna open the code until we'll be, yeah, until we kind of, right, yeah, touch the color. Okay, so this is it. And again, now we need to sort of connect those two together. So in here we can see that it's gonna be G up and then up. Can you hear, I guess, what's happened here? Okay, it's just because of the subdivision service that is turned off, I guess. Okay, here. Okay, we need to snap those two later on together, but I guess that's not the concerning. Okay, so what's concerning me are those. So we just really need to. Okay, so I accidentally selected some other ones as well. So just play those two, G, Y, and now let's just drag them inwards. It doesn't really, we just need to hide them right behind, like down there in that. Okay, so okay, this is all we actually needed. Look at that, look at that code, so cool, right? I totally love it. Okay, so I guess that here we also will be needing another loop like that, and no, we actually need to, okay, so now we open our code from the back and from the behind. And now let's G, Y. So when we did it connected last time like that, we have this fragment here that we don't want. What happens if we extrude this? Okay, I guess that's, I mean, it's closing our code, but it's not really pretty, but I guess, okay, we'll fix that later. And okay, so this is already really cool looking. The code is there, but you know what, let's finish it. Let's finish the code today. So we definitely will be needing to move this one here. That's, I mean, that's obvious. So G, Y, and let's just close it down. G, Z, and let's move it up. Okay, so this is something that can be, of course, fixed later on with some sort of vertex play later. Oh, but loop actually needs to be here. Okay, now I see that. This is where we want it and need to have that vertex here. Okay, so now we can hide it finally. Okay. Okay, so I guess that we finished. And again, we can also fix it here. If we create a loop here and just drag it inwards like this, okay? So that's one way to do that as well. But I guess that for now, okay, I think we should gonna do that. So just select this vertex, G, Y, and just drag it inwards here. It's gonna snap to the other, okay. And now we just also need to move it like this. Okay, that's cool. So sometimes I admit that the models are a little bit suspicious, but we are aiming for the final effect, right? So that's this, and that's cool. I like it. And okay, let's tab to our color. I think in here we kind of lost it in the code, so let's just G X and let's just move it up a little bit like that. We can also make it so we can also make that right, this angle here just a little more smooth, so it would also kind of resemble the code itself. So it's okay. Okay, I guess that this is really nice already. And so voila, the code is done. I think that it would be also nice to make a quick shirt here. Let's see if we have time. We don't, but I will just try. If we don't manage, we can create it later on. We already have that shirt here in tuxedo, so. But in here, I think it's more. It would be nice to have sort of a sweater down. So let me see. What's this one? Okay. Okay, we can do that. Let's copy the body again. So I'm going from here, Shift D. Now it's got copied. Let's name it to a sweater. Okay, I mean, today the music is a little bit, I don't know, sounds really funny to me at least. Okay, so let's step out. Oh, sorry, let's move it a little bit up. G. And now let's, okay, so I'm gonna go and divide it straight away again as last time, and because here we will probably just aim for a very quick win, so I'm just gonna select everything, delete it, add a modifier. I think I should have added before, right, when we are creating this sort of body type. And now let's tap to the edit mode, and I think let's add a loop here as well as here. Okay, we don't have to deal with this the bottom part here, but what we really need is that neck over there. It's just okay, so just let also one here, and okay, now when all this will happen, we will just open the okay, so let's also fix one here. Okay, so this one will hold that neck there. Okay, so we have this vertex here and here, so let's move them out. G, Y, so open the neck. We will probably need another loop here. G. Okay, let's just open, yeah, this sweater. Okay, this is cool. Yeah, and I guess that this is all we we wanted, right? Didn't we? So let's add a bevel. Oh, it already has a bevel here, so let's. Oh no, we didn't want a bevel. I wanted a solidify modifier that makes. Okay. Creates a volume for our shirt here. Okay, so let's try to add before. Oh wow, look at this. Look at this. Look at what happens. This is really beautiful as well. It's kind of an open shirt. Okay, so in here you can take those, and I guess that if we G it out, G, Y, we can close our shirt. Okay. Yes. Why not? Why not? Okay, so the side V, we're gonna G, select everything here, then the sorry, it's gonna be scale and x-axis, and let's just scale it down a little bit. Okay, so this is the body, and now we just probably need to fix it so it's okay. So one way would be to make that code also a little bit bigger, so I'm just gonna go here, just make it just slightly bigger, and in here I think in here we move it way too much, so let's just scale this x, see if it's okay. And I guess we'll also need to, okay, so this one x, so I think I was just way too naive. That okay, now we need to move and make the code bigger here. SX, just a little bit. Right, just a little bit. Today we got way too many layers, I believe. Okay, and now let's fix the color again as well. So let's just, okay, now does it look now? Okay, still inside. Now still inside. Okay, perfect. So okay, so I guess that here that's very funny what happened with that solidify modifier, but it would be easy to just merge it later on, I guess, if we just did something some work with the vertices. But okay, the back is also kind of funny here, but I guess it's just gonna be about GX, just move it inwards. But you see that there's a lot of, that the sweater is way too big. So let's just select those, G, Y, and let's just move it inwards like that. Here, let's also fix that. Okay, no, we can't really go that much. Okay, how about the G, and let's just pull it down. That's too much. Okay, so I guess that we just need to fix the code here. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that place nobody can see. Okay, so I guess that this will be it for today. Let's turn on the render, and voila, this is our Jimmy with a nice coat and a sweater. How do you actually like it? I mean, again, it wasn't that easy, but we did it. We did it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the tutorial today, and you know, please hit the subscribe and like, and Thangys.